This is the WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joey Rehl reporting. 100 Cooks Who Cares raises nearly $218,000. After a hiatus due to COVID-19, 100 Men Who Care returned to Du Bois County with a new name, but the same fund and fundraising. The fundraising event, now known as 100 Cooks Who Care, was held this past Saturday and raised $217,860 to be split between two nonprofit agencies. As the name implies, the event features cooks from Du Bois County who create and cook entrees, appetizers, and desserts, then serve the dishes to attendees to raise funds for a good cause. The benefactors from the event were Mentors for Youth and Crisis Connection. The event, presented by Old National Bank, raised $217,860 through sponsorship, ticket sales, chef tips, and auctions of featured items. Monies will be split evenly between the two agencies. Mentors for Youth is dedicated to facilitating mutually beneficial relationships between adults and youth for the purpose of enhancing individual lives in Du Bois County. They will receive nearly $109,000. Crisis Connection, they promote individual accountability and respect to end domestic violence and sexual assault through confidential crisis intervention, primary presentation education, and collaboration with community partners. They too will receive nearly $109,000. The Golden Spatula was awarded to Alex Ernst and Nick Merkley with their smoked baby back ribs for the most tips collected. Through the help of Jasper Engines and Transmissions, the pair raised over $29,000 in tips. The People's Choice Award went to chefs Tim Flick and Chris Coons with their shrimp and grits. This was the fourth such 100 Cooks Who Care event. Last year, the biannual event was postponed due to COVID, and $50,000 from generous donors was given to Mentors for Youth and Crisis Connection to help with their programs in 2021. The Rotary Club of Du Bois County grants $2,000 to LifeSpring Foundation of Indiana through funds raised at the 2022 Athena Leadership Awards banquet. The Rotary Club of Du Bois County made a donation of $2,000 to the LifeSpring Foundation of Indiana on Thursday, September 8th. The LifeSpring Foundation was chosen as this year's nonprofit donation recipient by Athena Award recipient Rosina Sandoval. Sandoval currently serves as a board member for LifeSpring Health Systems. Receiving the check were LifeSpring representatives Stacy Moore-Nolan, Bonifacio Allman, and Rosina Sandoval. The LifeSpring Foundation provides assistance to programs at LifeSpring Health Systems and similar organizations that don't have a specific budget or outside funding source. These funded programs are important for their clients to achieve earlier self-sufficiency and/or remove barriers to healthcare access. This year's donation marks the 10th time that the Rotary Club of Du Bois County, formerly the Rotary Club of Jasper, has donated a sizable portion of the event's proceeds to the Athena recipient's charity of choice. Rotary is an organization of business and professional people united worldwide who provide humanitarian service, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and help build goodwill and peace in the world. If you're interested in learning more about the Rotary Club of Du Bois County, visit DuBoisCountyRotary.com or follow the club on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. The Indiana Department of Transportation has announced an updated timeline for a project to provide lighting at the interchange of US 231 and I-69. A project at the interchange will add new lighting to this area. The lighting will help to improve safety in the area. The project is expected to begin in late spring of 2023. A change of date was required due to increased lead times on materials. The project is expected to be completed in October of 2023, depending on weather conditions. Are you in need of a primary care provider to manage your health? Memorial Health Family Medicine is hosting an open house on Wednesday, September 28th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. to explain all the healthcare services available at the clinic, including health checkup visits, women's health care, including prenatal care, family planning, immunizations and physicals, and referrals to specialty care when needed. Memorial Health Family Medicine accepts all patients with or without insurance and bases payment on a sliding scale for those who qualify. Spanish-speaking staff will also be available and refreshments will be provided. Memorial Health Family Medicine is located at 966 Bartley Street in Jasper. For more information regarding the open house or to schedule a medical appointment, please call 812-996-7810. In this week's Messmer Report, Mark Messmer tells us about House Enrolled Act 1226. Here's State Senator Mark Messmer with this week's Messmer Report.
Hello, this is State Senator Mark Messmer with this week's Messmer Report. Recycled materials are a resource that many Hoosier manufacturers need to create their products. But recently, there's been a scarcity of such materials in our state. Unfortunately, in Indiana, we only recycle about 20% of our waste, which lags behind the national average of 35%. This leads to many businesses importing recyclables. To help alleviate this resource scarcity and to promote more recycling in Indiana, I sponsored House Enrolled Act 1226. House Enrolled Act 1226 establishes a pilot project to determine the most practical and effective means of separating recyclable materials. To do this, the Indiana Department of Environmental Management will review proposals from private industries and consider the type and amount of waste that could be diverted and prioritize applications based on the largest amount of waste diversion potential. $4 million have been allocated to help implement these proposals. This pilot project will begin in Marion County, where the recycling rate is considerably low at 7%. If these proposals are deemed successful at the conclusion of the 2-year pilot, we could see similar programs expand throughout the state. By working with those who create and need these recyclable materials the most, I believe we'll be able to make strides in streamlining this process and bring Indiana closer to its goal of 50% recycling of our waste in years ahead. Not only is this good for Hoosier manufacturers, but it will benefit our citizens and the environment as well. This has been State Senator Mark Messmer with this week's Messmer Report.
As always, feel free to contact Senator Messmer's office directly with your questions and concerns by email at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or by phone at 800-382-9467. The DuBois County Humane Society and Feeders Pet Supply will host a fall adopt-a-thon event on Sunday, October 2nd from 12 noon until 4 p.m. Eastern. The event will be located at Feeders Pet Supply, located at 220 Bodenstrasse in Jasper. They will have an on-site adoptions, $15 microchipping, $10 nail trims from 1 to 3 p.m. provided by Feeders. A half-pot drawing with the pot starting at $500 will also take place. They will also have cinnamon rolls and pumpkin spice puppuccinos and much, much more. You can help support the DuBois County Humane Society and Feeders Pet Supply in Jasper on October 2nd from noon until 4 p.m. Eastern. Spring Mill State Park will host Tri Kappa Candlelight Tour on September 17th. The Gamma Epsilon chapter of Kappa 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 Inc. will host its 55th annual Candlelight Tour of Spring Mill State Park Pioneer Village on Saturday, September 17th from 4 to 9 p.m. In mid-1800s attire, Tri Kappa members and their families, along with Spring Mill employees and volunteers, will reenact pioneer life by occupying the houses and buildings of the village. The tour will include music by traditional bands. Tri Kappa members will sell concession and food items in the carriage house, along with beans and cornbread at the Sheik's house. Visitors are asked to bring a flashlight because it will be dark when they return to their vehicle. Buses will shuttle visitors with overnight accommodations from the campground and inn parking lots to the village thanks to grants from the Lawrence County Community Foundation and Lawrence County Tourism. Park entrance fee for the event will be $7 for in-state vehicles and $9 for out-of-state vehicles. Tri Kappa is a statewide sorority that supports many community projects. The tour is a popular kickoff event for the Persimmon Festival in Mitchell. Stay tuned. WJTS News will be right back with a check of weather, and then Kurt Guxell will be in with a look at sports.